Welcome back to another video, Rams Nation. Today I'm bringing to you the Rams versus Redskins Week 2 preview. The Rams are coming off of a 46-9 win over the Colts, and the Redskins are coming off of a 30-17 loss to the Eagles. Sean McVay gets to play coach against his former team. There's going to be a lot on the line for him. Let's get into it. To start things off, I want to talk about what you guys should look for in the next game. Is Jared Goff continuing to develop? Is he going to keep on making key decisions, accurate throws, good throws? He was 4 for 5 on deep throws over 20 yards. Will he continue to do that? Will the run game open up for Todd Gurley? Will teams respect the passing game to open up enough for Todd Gurley, who only averaged 2.1 yards per carry last week? Will Cooper Kupp lead the team in yards and receptions again? He might actually do that. Josh Norman will probably shadow Sammy Watkins, so Cooper Kupp's going to be against their second corner, and he should be able to take control of that. Will Tavon Austin be used more this week? After last week, he barely played. He only had 7 snaps. Is that a sign of things to come, or is that just showing that they're going to slowly bring things back? And Aaron Donald is back. It looks like he's going to start. It looks like he's only going to play limited snaps, but he's going to be playing. Next, I gathered up some team stats to compare the two teams. First, I have some offensive stats. For points, the Rams had 46 last week. The Redskins scored 17. The Rams scored points on defense, but it's an offensive stat. Pass yards, the Rams had 310. The Redskins only had 200. Advantage the Rams there. Rush yards, the Rams had 63. The Redskins had 64. Not much of a difference there, but advantage Redskins. Total yards, the Rams had 373. The Redskins only had 264. Advantage Rams. Third down percentage, the Rams were 5 for 14. The Redskins were 3 for 11. Both were kind of in that 30% range. Turnovers, the Rams only had 1, which was a Tavon Austin fumble on one of his punt returns, and the Redskins had 4 total, including Kirk Cousins fumbling within the last 2 minutes and then the Eagles recovered it and took it all the way for a touchdown to steal the game. And the Rams had 7 penalties for 50 yards, and the Redskins had 2 for 15. Advantage Redskins. That seems like a very disciplined number. That's an impressive number. The Rams, if they want to win, they're going to have to take advantage because the Redskins aren't going to give them much. Now for your defensive stats. The Rams had 3 takeaways. The Redskins had 2. Advantage Rams. Sacks, the Rams had 4. The Redskins had 2. Points allowed, the Rams only allowed 9, while the Redskins allowed 30. And yards allowed, the Rams only allowed 225 yards, and the Redskins allowed 356. Now these numbers don't mean too much because the Rams play the Colts, who don't look like they're going to be one of the best teams in the NFL, and the Redskins play the Eagles, who they actually look pretty good. So after 1 week, you can't really compare the numbers. After a couple weeks, you can. These don't really mean much, but the Rams, through all of these categories, win most of them. But the Redskins being Sean McVay's former team, I think this one is going to mean a lot more for Sean McVay. I think out of all the games this year, he wants to win this one the most. I think he's going to prepare for this one the most. It's also a pivotal game for the Rams season. They could start the season 2-0, and then they can go into the 49ers game, and that looks like a winnable game too. So I think Sean McVay is prepared for this one big time, and I think the Rams are going to do pretty good. The last matchup between these two teams was in Week 2 of the 2015 season. It was played in Washington. The Redskins won 24-10. The Rams were still in St. Louis, and Nick Foles was the quarterback. I remember it being a frustrating game to watch because the Rams simply could not score. They were held scoreless in the first half. They had 9 penalties for 80 yards, another frustrating stat, and they were 2 for 12 on third down, another frustrating stat. It was a frustrating game overall. And back to those penalties, I believe Tavon Austin had a big punt return for a touchdown. I'm not sure. That sounds right, but it got called back. Something that us Rams fans are used to. But that was our last matchup. That brings me to the matchup this week, and I have the Rams winning 31-17. The Rams continue their winning ways off of last week, and I think the Redskins are going to get stuck in an 0-2 hole. In order to beat the disciplined Redskins, the opportunistic Rams defense is going to have to force multiple turnovers like last week, maybe even score a touchdown. They're going to have to get to Kirk Cousins. Aaron Donald's back. Robert Quinn got a sack last week. That'll be exciting to watch. That's what the Rams are going to have to do to win the game. Something new that I'm bringing to the Rams previews for each week is a bold prediction. I didn't do it last week, but this week my bold prediction is for Aaron Donald to have 3 sacks. He's supposedly going to have a limited snap count. 3 in a limited snap count is impressive. It's also impressive for the fact that he held out through training camp and the whole preseason. So that's my bold prediction, and that's it for this video. So thanks for watching, Rams Nation. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends.